They thought they were clever. A photo in hand, a devil on call, a plan they believed would break you. When they slid your picture across the table, they expected him to smirk, to lean back and deliver some perfect prediction about how you'd fall. But the devil didn't smirk. He stared longer than he should have, longer than anyone had ever seen him stare. And in that silence, something shifted, because what stared back from that image wasn't fear. It wasn't weakness. It was something older, wilder, untamed. He didn't see a target. He saw something he couldn't measure, and the moment he looked away, just for a second, you knew it. The devil, the so-called master of endings, had just met something that might outlast him. They gave him your photo because they wanted answers. Fear was hiding in their eyes, though they'd never admit it. Maybe it was envy. Maybe it was that quiet desperation people feel when they realize they can't control something. They thought the devil could read you like an open book, turn your life into a list of strengths and weaknesses. They thought he could pin you to a wall like a specimen, predictable and containable. They didn't understand that you don't fit into boxes. You burn them. They believed their move was strategic. It was it was a mistake. When his eyes fell on that image, he didn't see fragility. He saw scars, deep, jagged, and beautiful. Scars that told him you'd fought battles most people wouldn't survive. Scars that weren't just reminders of pain, but proof of victories. He didn't see the faint light of a candle. He saw a wildfire, roaring and relentless. In that moment, the devil understood something they never would. You weren't prey. You were a storm with a mind of its own. Your chaos wasn't mindless. It was precise. It destroyed when it had to, created when it chose to. You carried both light and darkness, wielding them with the same steady hand. You could bring peace with one breath and war with the next. That kind of balance doesn't scare ordinary people. It terrifies the ones who think they control the game. And the devil? He knows chaos when he sees it. He thrives in it. But even he knew this wasn't the kind of chaos you could tame. This was chaos with a will. Every heartbreak you'd endured, every betrayal you'd swallowed, every loss that could have broken you, none of it went to waste. You gathered each piece of pain and forged it into armor. You sharpened it into weapons. You didn't bury your past. You built a fortress out of it. That's why they failed before they even began. They handed over proof, not of your weakness, but of your resilience. Proof that you couldn't be dismantled because you'd already taken yourself apart and rebuilt stronger. For the first time, the devil hesitated. He's seen countless souls break, shatter, fade into nothing under his gaze. But you weren't like them. You didn't flinch. You didn't bow. You stood there, even as a photograph, like you were the one doing the judging. His stillness wasn't calculation, it was recognition. He was looking at something he'd never faced before, something he couldn't predict, something he couldn't own, because inside you lived the beast, untamed and unstoppable. The monster born from every attempt to destroy you, the warrior who fights with purpose, not just for survival, and the soldier, disciplined, enduring, and relentless. Each one a weapon, each one a nightmare for anyone foolish enough to challenge you. The devil had seen each of these alone in others before, but never all together in one person. And it wasn't just what you were, it was how you carried it. You moved through life like a storm no one could map. You never gave them the same version of yourself twice. One day, calm seas. The next, waves high enough to drown cities. They couldn't chart you because you were never still long enough to be charted. They think they can define you with a single word. They can't. You're not a picture, not a frozen moment they can analyze. You are living chaos, moving too fast to be pinned down. Every day you shift, you adapt, you rewrite the rules. That's why their labels fall apart. That's why their predictions always fail. The greatest mistake they made wasn't giving your photo to the devil. It was thinking that the act would seal your fate. All they really did was send him to bear witness. They didn't realize the only prophecy he could give was one they never wanted to hear, that you were about to rise higher than ever before. And when you did, it wouldn't just change your story, it would change theirs. You are not the sum of their fears. You are not the whispers they pass around in dark rooms. You are the thing that walks in and makes them go silent. You are the reminder that no one is untouchable except you. The devil didn't predict your fall. He saw your ascension. He saw that everything they'd done to break you had only carved out more space for your strength to grow. So let them talk. Let them try to guess your next move. Let them hide in the shadows they claim to own, because you've already proven you can walk into their darkness and come out carrying the light. And when they finally understand what they set in motion, it will be too late. The fire they tried to control will already be burning down their walls. You are not here to play by their rules. You are here to write your own. You are not here to survive. You are here to conquer. The devil knows it now. They will know it soon. And when the dust settles, they'll remember the one truth they can't erase. You were never theirs to define. You were the reckoning they never saw coming. And here's the part they'll never say out loud. The devil didn't just see your strength. He felt it. It pressed against him like a weight. It made him think about the times he'd been certain of victory and how this wasn't one of them. For the first time in a long time, he wasn't sure if he was the predator or the prey. That doubt, you put it there. That's why they'll keep your name in their mouths, even if they whisper it like a warning. That's why they'll glance over their shoulders at shadows that don't move. Because once they've met someone like you, someone who can't be defined, can't be broken, can't be owned, they spend the rest of their lives wondering when you'll show up again. And you will. Not because you need to, but because that's who you are. The storm that refuses to pass, the fire that refuses to die, the chaos that refuses to ask for permission. The devil learned that day. Now it's their turn.